Welcome back to our feature presentation. Hope you're in for another scare, viewers, because it's coming for you.
Welcome back, fair viewers, to another episode of They Came From Beyond the Grave. Welcome to Act 2, Dark Tidings at False Harbour. I'm going to be your story guide for the evening, your director, one might say. My name's Kelly, I use he and him, and I'm excited to be here with these hip cats to my left. Let's do a quick round as we travel back into the late 19th century and meet the historic parallels to the cast you met in episode 1. Let's go ahead and start with Robin. Robin, tell me who you're playing and who you are.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her as my pronouns. And yeah, they rehired me to play my ancestor, also Lily Mae Williams. The writers on this weren't super, I guess, original with my character's name. They're like the same, but she actually goes by her first name, who is witch hunter.
Nice.
This time.
You excited to play this?
Yeah, I'm excited. It was the same day on same set, so they just costume and hair and makeup really just stayed the same, and they just put a couple different costume pieces on me. So, you know, I'm different, but I'm the same.
Nice. All right, over in the corner, we have Christa.
Hello, I'm Christa. I use they, them, or she, her pronouns, and I am back playing the ancestor of John, no last name, who is Joan, also no last name, who is the dupe and the lovable everyman.
All right.
Excited.
Trazelta has no historic corollary. He is a singular being and will not be joining us for this episode, but he'll be back in episode 3, hopefully, unless his character died. We'll find out. So, Kelle, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Hi, I'm Kelle from up the road. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I am playing Sequoia Johnstone's great-grandmother, who is actually Dr. Cora Perry from the olden times and one of the first psychotherapists in the land, or at least one of the first female ones anyways. So.
Nice. Oh. Nice. All right.
It doesn't mean I'm any good at it.
I mean,
had you fooled.
Nice. And finally, last but not least, our favorite man with the plan, Cal. Who you doing? Who you playing?
Who you doing?
Who you doing, Cal?
Who you doing? Who aren't I doing? Let me tell you.
Me. Sadly.
I mean,
There's a wait list.
My name's Cal. Unfortunately, that wait list is empty right now. And yeah, I use he, him pronouns. And the great ancestor of, he would probably weep, Val is Marcus Braithwaite. And you're gonna get a feel of good old Valley and his familial wealth, or what's left of it by the time it reaches him. Mm-hmm. It'll be fun.
I think it's gonna be fun. Well, great to have everybody back. Real quick, does anybody have any questions about the way the game works? It's been a couple of weeks since we filmed episode 1, so if you have anything that you'd like a little refresher on, I think we're probably good, but cool. If anything comes up,
Yeah,
feel free to ask. We're getting used to playing.
What's the difference between quips and tropes?
So quips are one-liners that give you a bonus on the roll following or the roll attached to the quip. For example, if you're like, get a load of my, get a load of my little friend, and you like cock your gun and shoot it.
Those are the ones that we re-roll if we choose to replace them, right?
And tropes are specialties that your character has. If you gain successes on a roll where you evoke your trope, you gain directorial control of that result.
And that's once per session.
That's once per session, yeah.
I thought that was trademarks. What's trademarks again?
Oh, pardon me, that's trademarks. Your tropes are... so, if we're looking for tropes, you're going to find those underneath your archetypes. They are going to have pretty much a write-up of exactly what they do that you can refer to. So, you all should have a PDF of the book on hand, so you can do that. But if anybody has any questions about that, That's what your tropes do. Your trademarks are the things that allow you to gain narrative control.
Okay. That's good.
And if you didn't watch episode 1, everybody, you should go back and watch it. Because it was.
We should have done that.
Yeah, we should have done that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still in the editing bay, unfortunately. So I guess I could have sent you the Zoom file.
Yeah, jeez.
All right. So you also have a pool of things called rewrites that allow you to affect the scene. Quick reminder that when you fail a roll, you get a rewrite. If you botch a roll, you get 2 rewrites. If you make me laugh in a particular way, I may award you another, or you do something particularly rad, I may reward you a rewrite. If you ask for a rewrite, you won't get one. I may be reminded that I am giving them out. And if I completely break and lose control of myself like I did the other night on stream, then you may also maybe remind me of that. So other things that are very important, though, is that you may spend rewrites in various combinations to affect the scene. There is a full list of them available at the end of the book, but some fun ones are cheap set, costume change, dangerous liaisons, as you know, Bob, things that affect the plot in very broad and sweeping ways, like introducing new information or having something appear on the set that shouldn't be there, like being in the Victorian era and having a rocket launcher. It doesn't make any sense.
A Starbucks cup.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp womp. All right. So any final questions?
I did just put in the chat exactly what trademarks are. Trademarks are your character's specialized actions tied to a skill or attribute. Whenever your character uses a skill or attribute in a way that reflects the trademark, you gain 2 additional dice on the action's roll. Plus, if the roll is successful, you gain directorial control over the scene. The moment the director grants you directorial control, you can use it at any point during the scene. However, once the scene ends, so does your opportunity.
Yeah, but you can only use that +2 and the trademark once per session.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No.
I understood now.
So basically, just so you stop, it's to prevent you from spamming the gun key.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know that character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you didn't watch last episode, then what you missed is a bunch of characters were brought together at a place called False Harbour, Oregon. False Harbour was a place once called Coventry. It was a beautiful, scenic village on the edge of the Oregon coastline. It was also the last place in America with a witch trial. And on the night of a witch trial, Halloween Eve, the town met an awful fate. Some say that a curse brought down the retaining wall of a local dam and flooded the lower village, killing hundreds, and creating the false harbor before the coastline. Your characters went there, investigated, and discovered that there were actually, once again, witches in the midst, trying to prevent the waters of False Harbor from being drained for land development, because this is the 70s. Teaming up with a wise old man, you were able to discover that it was potentially tied to this ancient relic from back of the burning times, the actual tree of the coven. As you went to try to confront this evil and to strip this blight from the land, however, you were struck by unholy lightning and fell to your dooms. Or so we think. Overhead, the sound of rumbling thunder is all that we hear. And as the reel changes, it's time for us to go back in time. We transition into the past. It's the same movie, but now we are back in the past. We transition to the Victorian era. It is the night of the witch burning. Dark mist rolls from between trees in the sparse forest outside of the town of Coventry, Oregon. There are the sound of distant insects, rattling bats up in the tree line. The sound of darkness as the orchestra, the cheap 3-instrument orchestra, starts picking up, maybe with a little theremin. we are reminded that the four of you, as well as your two compatriots, Dr. Ruth Newman and your ally, your ally George Drummond, had been investigating this area. Recently, you had made a bit of a base for yourself up in the mansion, the Coventry mansion atop the hill, as you'd been investigating some of the weird goings-on, the missing people, the missing children, and the horrors that were slowly making their way in to Coventry. But that's not where we're beginning. Where we are beginning right now is a focus, a hard, over-sharp focus on the wood line. And then suddenly, splash, a close-up on a boot running through mud. All of you are running at this point. Your breath is ragged in your lungs as you are pushing forward. And at this point, as we begin, I would like everyone to roll initiative, please. Each player is going to roll the lower of your athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dexterity.
Sorry, what was
The first one?
Athletics
plus
and
cunning, and then dex.
Dex and empathy, whichever is lower is what you're rolling.
Okay.
Athletics plus
And
cunning.
difficulty 7 again, right?
Difficulty 8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10, okay.
1 plus, so 3, and then.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Athletics and cunning or dex and
3. They're both 3 for me.
Dex,
Wow. Okay.
Dex and empathy or athletics and
dex
cunning?
and empathy. Wait.
Dex and empathy or athletics and cunning?
I only get 3.
Yeah, okay, good.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
DE or AC?
Oh, my good sir.
Yes. Also 2.
Okay, so 2. 2,
One for me.
Okay.
1.
All right. One moment while I just roll mine up as well. Well, if I get successes, I will be very surprised.
Also, when can we activate tropes?
You can activate them on your turn if a turn is available, but basically anytime where you you use them on your turn, or if you're not in initiative combat, then you can activate them just whenever you think it would be narratively appropriate.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when you are preparing to do something. If it is a
Yes.
combat related trope, however, or combat, basically when it is naturally suited to the game. All right, so initiative order, go ahead and pop everything in the chat, please, so that I have anybody get 3 successes.
Whoops.
Okay.
Nope. That was a 2. That was a 2. Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Okay, so 2 was Lily and Marcus. Then I have Joan.
Sorry,
Cora.
my screen's being weird, so I can't actually see when I'm clicking things.
All right, so here is the way the initiative works in this. Number of successes is your tick rating. Player with the highest tick rating receives focus first, allowing them to take their action. With few exceptions, only one character has the focus at a time. For players with tied tick ratings, the character with the highest dice pool goes first, or the one chosen by me if it is tied. You had 3 dice, you said, Robin?
I had 3, yes.
Okay. How many dice did you have on your pool, Cal?
How many dice? The dice was 3.
Okay, so I am just going to decide. I'm going to give it to Robin because she is playing a witch hunter, and that makes sense to me. So the way this is going to work for characters tied to, I will decide that the player who gained initiative has focus and may take her action. Alternatively, she may trade places with another player character in the initiative order if both agree, allowing that character to act first. Players may only exchange initiative ticks with other players, and the director may only do so between my characters. Characters who have already acted cannot do so again. And the round ends once everyone has had it. Initiative order of the next round is the same unless you decide to reroll. So you may always choose to reroll. Okay? So, going through the initiative quick. You're racing through the woods. You are being chased. Behind you, you can hear the sound of 3 sets of footsteps, but there are more in the distance. You're certain of it. You're not sure exactly how this came to be, but moving through the woods are several angry villagers bearing pitchforks, carrying lanterns, and chasing you. The woods ahead of you are very dark. It is very difficult to see. Each of you has any equipment you think is suitable. Weapon equipment is basically what it would do narratively. So a pistol would probably give you like a +1 if it's a pretty basic gun. But you may have other special things that your character would according to narrative principle. Besides that, I'm going to ask right now, what do you have in terms of light? Have you extinguished your light, or have you held onto it, giving a beacon to the approaching villagers?
They're chasing us, so I'd assume that we're not leading them anywhere. So I'm going to assume that we've probably extinguished our light.
Okay, so you are going to have a complication then for darkness.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So with that, it is going to be your turn. You can hear them about 30 feet behind you, traipsing through the woods. In fact, you can see their lights casting a dim orange glow ahead. They're on your trails like a wildfire. What do you do?
So first I'm going to enact my trope of preferred prey, because this doesn't have a time limit on it, but it's all monsters are bad, but especially this one. Choose the type of monster. You gain an enhancement on mental-based rolls when against it. So I'm going to choose witches for that. So I'm just going to have that for this character. And then I guess... hold on, I have to find, there's a lot of stuff to scroll between.
No,
I was wondering if we could try and like, ooh, what's that for skills?
Also, a quick reminder that you will have innate complications because of darkness, but you could also leverage that for other things as an enhancement. It's very dark out, and this is the 19th century. It's not like people have halogen flashlights.
Yeah.
So, and there is a low mist on the ground, kind of creeping around your ankles.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about trying to like look for she's gonna try and like jump to the side off like the beaten path kind of thing, looking for like more wooded areas, more thick trees.
Sure. You go deeper into the woods?
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea. What I would like you to do is, do you have any points of survival?
Hold on. Let me switch back to my character sheet. I have 3 points in survival.
I would like you to make me survival and whatever attribute you think is suitable. Survival and cunning, survival and dexterity, survival and stamina, survival and composure. They're all potentially useful.
Survival, and I'll go with survival and stamina.
That sounds good. I'm going to give, so you have a difficulty of 1.
Okay.
However, I'm going to give you a 2-point complication you'll need to buy off of potentially like harming yourself as you're running. Just because it's dark, you're running through the woods, we've all been there.
Yep. All right. And so we're looking for 8, 9, 10, right?
8, 9, 10.
Okay. Do. Okay. That is gonna be 3 successes.
3 successes. That's enough to buy off the complication. All right. So you are all running together. The 4 of you clustered tightly. Lily May arcs over to the right, rushing deeper into the woods. You can definitely catch her blonde hair trailing in black and white ahead of you as she rushes over that direction. The focus is going to shift from you to Marcus. Marcus, what do? You can hear the villagers behind you about 20, maybe 30 feet if you're lucky. The sound of your heels splashing through mud in the slippery undergrowth is all you can hear besides the panting of your breath.
Seems that we are in quite a pickle. One might have to yell out into the night and misdirect the mob coming.
Okay.
And say they've gone west, when in fact we have gone east.
Okay. Let's
Oh my
let's
god, I
see.
love this.
I like the idea of the villagers, the slathering, rabid-mouthed villagers pausing and pulling out a compass. That way. All right. So what I want you to do for this, I think that this is going to be a persuasion roll. And give me, what do you think this would be? Probably manipulation. I can see cunning working as well, but
Cunning,
how do you do
it? This feels more cunning. They're both the same for me, but this feels more cunning.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Persuasion. No, that is not going to help me because they can't see me.
Okay,
But I'll remember I'm dressed to impress later.
So you are in front of them. You're having to do a shout to kind of confuse them and lead them off in another direction, despite that you are yelling backwards at them. So this is difficult. I'm going to give you a difficulty of 3 on this. So you're going to need 3 successes. However, there are no complications. So you basically just have to make it happen. Do you have a quip or anything that you could use?
Ooh.
Or a trademark or something like that?
I've got I can't remember how they help us, but I have a quip.
Sure. What is it?
Chasing these fiends, it seems they're hard as a rock. Quick, they've gone east.
Okay. Okay. So that's gonna give you that'll give you a +1 on this roll. So 1 more dice.
Okay.
Nice.
They're hard as a rock. God damn it.
I'm gonna switch that out, by the way. So if you can,
Yep.
I'm never gonna use that again.
It's probably the best.
Oh, my lord, that is a terrifically terrible.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh no. What'd you get?
7, 8, nothing.
You got 1 success?
8.
3.
3 successes?
No, that's 2. Is there a way I can add a dice to that?
There is. You have 5 points of rewrites right now. If the group agrees, you can gain an additional die to roll right now on 1 for 1, basically.
Well, how does the group feel?
I'm okay with it.
yeah, get them away from us. Do it.
Yeah.
Do you want 1
Take
or 2?
2?
What do you guys think? 2?
2.
Take 2, they're small.
Take 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll
Take
2 more dice.
Come on.
Oh, 1.
1?
So a total of 3.
Total of 3. They're probably that way. Yeah, that guy's got it. And they're gonna peel off. Kind of, a couple of them are going to head off there. Some are kind of near behind you and are gonna kind of like be dawdling a bit. But you're enough ahead that they've kind of lost a bit of sight of you. You've got at least a round advantage. You probably want to hide as soon as you're done with this. Like the next time it's your turn. But for now, you think that you've given them a little bit of a slip. That is fantastic. So you have 3 rewrites left, everybody. And it is who has the higher pool between Jean and
Joan.
Joan, you mean?
Joan. Sorry, Joan. I did not complete the O. Between Joan and Cora.
Dr. Perry.
I had 3 dice.
I had 3 as well.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Christa because her hat's taller.
Fair.
Fantastic. Valid judgment.
Yep.
So the majority of them have sort of gone a separate direction, correct?
A lot of them are starting to peel off there, so you think you have a moment's respite.
Okay. She is going to if everyone else is still running, she's going along behind in practical hunting gear of like big high riding boots and like slim cut pants meant for
Nice.
horseback riding, but we don't have those right now. But definitely running with a hand on her hat. And
Heels,
That-
the manliest of footwear.
yeah, of course they are. You have you seen the Kingdom of Versailles? She's definitely running along and going, well, that certainly didn't go as well as we had hoped. And just keep running at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you trying to do anything else at all? Just trying to make some distance?
Yeah, I think just make distance because, like, yeah, if most of them have been successfully derailed, she's the group secretary. She's not meant for this kind of activity.
Do you have any points of survival?
This is a good question. Survival. I do.
Do you want to make me a survival roll, potentially with, I don't know, cunning or any type of thing that would allow you to kind of like find your bearings and kind of keep your wits about you?
Can I propose composure?
Yeah, composure would be fantastic.
Perfect, because I got a lot of that.
I love this system being so like attribute flexible.
Yeah.
You can win a fight by using stamina, like Rocky.
Yeah.
10s are
10s are 2.
awesome. In that case, 2, unfortunately.
2? Oh, that's still pretty good. So glancing around, you are going to be tearing off with May deeper into thicket. You are going to gain a sense of your bearings and realize that Lily has the right idea. And if you keep heading to the, they went west, you're actually going east. If you head further to the east, you will make it back to the main road.
Wonderful. Lily's got the right way, everyone. Follow.
All right, and Dr. Perry.
Dr. Perry is going to follow with everybody else and keep running because, oh my gosh, we might actually get out of this.
All right, so you're going to keep running?
Yeah,
so
keep running.
You are running blindly into the woods. So as all of you are running blindly into the woods, what I would like everyone to do is let's do a group roll here. And that's going to be a athletics plus whatever you think is appropriate to not break your ankle in a ditch.
Ooh, I would love to do might.
Yeah, just you're too strong to hurt yourself?
Yeah, I have 5 dots in that, man. I want to use it. She's mighty.
All right, do it.
Fucking May is just tromping through.
Could medicine help me in this instance?
Not before.
Not
before.
Okay.
It's going to be athletics first, I think.
Yeah.
You can make an argument for survival.
I don't have any, so I'm going to go with dexterity.
Okay, dexterity and athletics. Also, Cal, do me a favor before you finish rolling that. Roll me 2 dice, and I'll give you your new quip.
Oh, a 9 and a 10.
Okay, so that's easy. I just used the 19th one. Okay, so in order to keep this nice and fun, I'm going to send you a message right now on our personal chat.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, right, the cards. I saw those on the pages.
Yeah, it's really cool. Could I argue survival and might for running in a ditch?
Yeah,
Not
I'd allow
running in a
that.
ditch?
So better
survival
better.
dex.
Survival and dex works for me as well. So your best survival plus score, I'd say survival and composure could work.
That'll give me an extra
survival and survival and stamina could also work, or athletics and stamina.
Oh my god. That's not good.
That was really nice. I got 5 successes for Lily.
0.
Did you get a
0.
1?
No,
have-
but I got
Oh,
0 on
I have
5
1.
dice.
Okay, you got
My
1.
dice pool is 2.
Oh no.
I do not have
Oh
athletics.
no.
Well, you
do
can
you have
make something
survival?
else.
I do not have survival.
Okay,
I'm the raconteur.
this is true. All right, so
This is my jam right now.
We all have to run.
y'all,
He can't just like fall and survival would
We're
be stealth
gonna
too
be
anyway.
falling.
There's nothing I could.
Would I be able to actually? There is a thing to buy to help someone in if I'm running and doing a survival check. There is a stunt I could buy to help him on his roll. If you would
There is
allow
there?
that.
under the
Yes, I
under the
thought I was
survival
reading
stunts?
it. Yeah, under
Okay.
survival stunts, I saw
Okay.
it.
What is it? This is
let
Krista's
me
jam.
pull it
Krista
up.
tries to do this in every game.
It's Take
do I do?
Mine. It's called Take Mine.
yes. This
You
is
may
my jam.
purchase the stunt when you take an action to resist harsh environments or dangerous fields. You assist
I
the
would say that.
ally with their attempt, allowing them to overcome the difficulty for the action as though they just rolled enough successes.
You may purchase this multiple times. Yeah.
Times. Same
Okay.
action as long as you have successes to do so. So I rolled 5 successes.
Yeah. I'm
What was
gonna.
what was the difficulty?
Difficulty was just gonna be. It was gonna be just 2. So that's very much enough. Krista, what's up?
I was gonna ask. I have a trope called
Yeah.
Tougher Than I Look, which for a scene gives me a +1 to physical rolls. Can I utilize that?
You could use that now, but you only get to use your trope
Once per thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I think we might have to use that because, well, I get, yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna not.
I'm pretty sure tropes are only used once.
I think tropes. No, that's trademarks can be once per thing. Tropes are once what it says.
I don't know.
I don't think you can spam it, but let's.
No, I don't think you can spam them.
I will cut here, and we'll just check it real quick.
Yeah.
Well, while he's checking that, how did your ability?
So basically,
work,
I can.
Robin?
I basically spend a stunt to make you succeed with like as if you just rolled it, so you don't even have to roll. So I can spend one stunt.
Oh,
Do that.
Okay, so yeah,
But technically,
Christa,
you could buy off Krista's as well.
really?
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Christa, if you wanted to, Robin rolled high enough that she actually can help everybody succeed.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because
Lily May's just gonna like basically take logs down and basically make bridges as they run. She's just
So,
like bam, bam, bam.
if we may, there is going to be like a nice, like a hollow tree that is about to trip you, and as it is about to trip you, Cal, you're going to hear click, click, click as this metal arm like comes into frame and just punches through the log, and the camera's going to do a swoop up to reveal not some superhero, not some super bulky machine man anyway, but Lily May, who is in moonlight frame, I'll say. 5 successes.
Yep.
So and at this point, as you have reached, you kind of escaped the crowd, and you're not that far, about maybe a quarter mile from the road, but you have reached a moonlit clearing, enough that you can all be visible for the first time to each other. As we focus on Lily, I'd like you to describe yourself for everybody, then we'll go to Cal and everyone else.
All right. So as the camera might have alluded to this, Lily May is about 5'4", blonde hair. She's wearing a very similar necklace that you may have seen that gets passed down in her family, of a nice kind of like gothic looking black necklace. She's wearing a very kind of, for the period of time, like white blouse, and on top of that is like this like cloak that's also somewhat little plaid looking. She's also wearing like riding style pants with like riding boots to run around, and basically she witch hunts for her living. And yes, the most striking feature is her mechanical arm that she may have lost in previous adventures, but she got it fixed up real nice. She's got a nice Winter Soldier arm. It's great.
Very nice.
Which
nice
I would love
army
to
of darkness.
Yeah, I would love
Very.
to flavor that she has.
Well, her last name is Williams. Like, come on.
Yeah. A gun might come out of that arm, I'm hoping.
Hail
If
to
you
the
spend a
queen.
rewrite, I'll allow that. Okay, so also just one quick note before we continue with Cal's description. You did spend those points to make sure that nobody else got held up, but a reminder: failing is how you get rewrites back.
That's true.
So you just deprived the pool of 2 rewrites.
Nice.
Ooh, so there's a tug of war. But I think right now that was probably the good option.
Yeah.
Okay, so your arm punches through the log and helps your ally Marcus forward. Marcus, describe yourself to the audience.
Marcus Braithwaite, famous adventurer and gentleman writer. He's known for many great things, and he came dressed to the nines. However, the hard leather shoes that he had brought to this did not withstand the muddy roads of such a place, and well, he fell behind his adventuring companions. And well, when he's not writing, he's out there trying to disprove or prove the mysteries of this world.
Nice.
Seeing is believing. And a picture has 1,000 words. Unless you're a writer, then 1,000 words is a picture.
All right.
That famous old saying.
Of course, everyone knows that one.
That sounds fantastic. All right, so as you come into view, someone pushes through the woods behind you, entering the clearing as well. Who is it?
I was. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, you were first in initiative, so you go first.
Oh, fair.
It's the hat.
It's the tall hat. The hat comes. They actually come at the same time, but the hat comes first.
It's the top of the initiative hat.
Yes.
Exactly. Top of the initiative to you. So Joan is going to sort of stumble in, probably grabbing Lily May's hand as she does so, the non-mechanical one, and sort of catching her breath. She's quite tall, but like quite slender looking, but is in a... She isn't quite dressed quite as well as Marcus, but she is still very put together. She's clearly wearing stays under her somewhat looking like workwear or riding wear, although she is wearing pants. But she definitely looks a little out of breath, but holding herself quite... She's very rosy in the cheeks, and giving herself a little bit of a fan. Losing her flowers in the process. Yes.
Seems we've given those ruffians the slip.
All right. And as you say that, the bushes will rustle, and your last party member will arrive, pushing through as the camera focuses, and then unfocuses, and then kind of refocuses.
Yes.
Weirdly.
I don't have a good puller.
Yeah. So Dr. Carr comes, stumbles through, looking back, like, I think we're all right. I think they're heading away from us now.
And on cue, as you say that, you catch your breath, and a gunshot goes off. I am just going to check real quick how this works. So
goes through the hat.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. So that's going to aim randomly for one of you. It actually is going to aim for you, Kelle, and that
Fair
is
enough.
going to be a boop and a boop, I'll say. All right, so you have a defensive 1 that I have to buy off.
Okay.
That is 4 successes.
Oh.
However, I'm going to say that it's dark and you're at a distance, so I will have to buy off. I'll say it's actually I have a DC of 3, so that will only be 1. 2 successes, and the enhancement of 1 for the gun. So I'm gonna say, so Kelle, do you want to shrug it off or take it?
I'll take it.
Okay, so if you accept the damage rating is ignored. Fill in, so you'll just take it totally? Okay, so your first health line is gone.
Oh, okay. It's just a flesh wound.
Yep, so from now
fine.
on, as you're looking
I'm a
down...
doctor, I can heal
so
myself.
You're scratched, bruised, or otherwise superficially hurt. This inspires you to persevere. Once this injury level is filled, dice pools falling within your archetype gain 1 die. So if you look at your sheet, anything with an A on the line
Gotcha.
has an additional die. There is going to be a gunshot that issues out from a hunter's rifle. They're over here! You hear yell. That was lucky. I had to roll above Cal's successes with very little dice. However, as you look, you see one of these farmers amble forward, holding his rifle, his hair hanging in his face, kind of drunkenly, as he shambles forward. And as he does so, he is alone at the moment, top of the initiative with... unless you guys want to re-roll your initiative, it's going to be Lily and Marcus again.
Stands to reason it's kind of a continuation of the scene. It would make sense that
I mean, you may choose to re-roll if you want.
Yeah.
So Lily
Make a case
and
for it,
Marcus, as you
guys.
turn around, you're going to see that the doctor, there is a splatter of blood as a rifle round glances by her shoulder. And what do you do?
All right. How far away is the farmer?
About 20 feet. So he is about a range band away. You could theoretically reach him, and you could definitely throw something to hit him.
Yeah, I'm definitely want to do that. Lily Mae is gonna like turn and look at the camera, and like I'm assuming that like the camera's gonna pan to her like
Shakily.
shakily, and then Lily Mae is gonna be like, "Well, now that's not their that's quite their route, sir. I'll be having that rifle." And Lily's gonna go run at him and makes a close combat punchy punch with her metal fist.
That sounds good. Did your metal fist have a listed enhancement bonus? I think
It
did.
doesn't say anything on my character sheet.
Does it not? I'm just gonna check that real quick. Trademarks, relationships,
nothing.
tropes, quips. I'll say it has a +1 enhancement.
Okay.
So if it hits, it does an extra point of damage on a strike, but they will not give you that like if you swing a bat.
Yeah.
So you are always
Alright.
considered to have a baseball bat in your hand.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you're going to rush
Enjoy.
up. I need you to do me a favor, and you are going to make me a close combat plus might.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay, close combat plus might. You are at a difficulty of, I'll say 2 because it's dark, and he's right there, but it's still dark.
Okay.
So 2 successes are needed, and then we'll buy some combat stunts.
All right. Did they ever at one point in the movie were they ever shouting at us like we're like witches or something? Like, was there any reason why they're chasing after us?
You were doing some investigating. The plot has not revealed that what you were doing yet, but you were doing some
Okay.
investigating, looking at some of the missing persons, and suddenly were attacked by villagers in the woods outside of town.
Okay. I was
Or
wondering, 'cause I have
witches.
a potential quip that I could have potentially used, but I will
mean-
save that for later.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm already rolling 9 dice.
Okay, yeah, you're probably going to do some pretty decent damage. How much you get?
I rolled like 4 ones in that. I got 3 successes out of 9 dice.
Okay, so 3 successes. That's still something. So if you look
I
at
would.
the stunts, so that means
Yeah.
that you have 4 successes with your arm.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because you succeeded, you add your enhancement to the total.
Yeah. I already know what I'm gonna do with my. So I had 2 to buy off, so then I have 2 left, right?
So yes.
Okay.
So
I would like to
you'll
use my
automatically
hunter
do-
stunts.
Okay, sure. That sounds great. What is that?
I'm gonna use the flashy taking what I need. Use the stunt when you make an attack to stun your opponent and take the weapon for yourself. You do not need to be in close range to use the stunt. Though I am.
Okay, that
So yeah,
sounds-
she's just gonna like punch and just grab the rifle from him.
Okay, so how do
be
you
having
take it away?
that.
So when you are doing, let's see, so I believe that you automatically will do a level of damage on hitting because you're just impacting, right? So you'll do
Yeah.
1 just by reaching the difficulty. Everything else is gravy. So
Yeah.
you do damage him a bit if you wish to by grabbing it. So what do you do? Like rip it out of his hands, crank him in the jaw with it? Like describe it for me.
Yeah, I think so. She's gonna run up and she's like, I'll be having this, and she's going to grab the gun and just with her metal arm, she's just gonna like shove it up into his like chin and kind of like uppercut him with his own rifle and take it back and like cock it and load it back at him.
All right, that sounds good. He's going to stumble backwards. Marcus, it is your turn. You see this happening about 15 feet behind you. What do you do? You can always choose to pass off to another player if you don't want to go right now. But if you do want to go, what would you like to do?
And this is the only man in the clearing at the moment.
Just on the edge of the clearing. He shouted to some of his compatriots, but they have not arrived yet.
I think Lily has things in good order, and the rest of us should make haste.
All right. So you're going to try
Forgive
to
me
rush...
for having a head start.
That sounds,
Dice pool is 2.
that sounds fantastic. So if you want to just book it at this point, there's enough light in the clearing that you can kind of see your way through the trees to where you're supposed to be. You think you'll be able to get there pretty well. I would like one more survival roll from you, or athletics, to make it there unharmed.
Ooh.
And face no difficulties. It'll be difficulty 2 because you have no light source.
I see.
Or you don't.
That's true.
There's no light.
The sunglasses definitely aren't helping.
Yeah, definitely.
Sunglasses do not help. But they are intimidating.
Corey Hart.
All right.
Do you have any like
Athletics.
composure? Because like you could use athletics composure because you're
Yeah.
like trying to focus down.
Ooh, that's a dice pool of 3.
Yeah,
There we go. We're
Yeah,
getting
absolutely.
there.
Okay, okay.
I mean, you could do like what are you good at? Like what?
Resolve and presence.
You know what? I'd allow you to be resolved, just like you're gonna get through it, even if it gets you banged up, even if
Yeah.
you twist your knee, even if you run face first into a tree, you're gonna keep going.
Believe in your mechanically armed friend.
There you go.
So
Away!
if you want to roll resolve, you can roll that instead.
I shall.
Do it. Sorry, so you have 4 dice on that.
I do.
Let's do it.
3.
3. All right, so you're going to make it through without a problem. There are quite a few muddy patches. There's a steep incline, and you're going to be able just to book it. And as you emerge from the other side of the tree, you are going to see that there is a carriage approaching.
Oh,
All right.
carriage.
Yeah, a horse-drawn carriage. Because it's the 1900s. All right, so back over here. Who would like to go first out of Joan and the doctor?
Joan?
You go ahead, Cora.
Okay. I've just been shot, but it is just a flesh wound. Cora is going to run with Marcus and keep going so that she can, hopefully get a chance to bandage herself.
That sounds good to me. Go ahead and make me a similar survival or athletics roll just to make it there without getting harmed.
I have no survival. I have no athletics.
Well,
Same.
Okay, so let's try Dex and let's go. Oh, what did you use, Cal? You used resolve and.
I just used resolved. Yeah, just
Yeah.
pure
Okay,
resolve.
I'll just go straight
use
resolve.
You could also
Sure.
do resolve could work pretty well for
Because
you.
you get
actually.
one of each, right?
Hmm?
You get
Yeah,
Yeah, you get a skill and an attribute together.
Yeah.
Combined.
And the attribute is variable. So if you're just
Yeah.
going to like focus down and go through it, you can do that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, because I've got 4 resolve. I'm just gonna go with it for that. And I've got 2. Okay. So
Perfect.
run. Yay.
All right, 2. You are going to slip and slide a little bit and make your way
Yeah.
through. You're going to be a little dirty by the time you come out the other side from just like mud splatter. The props department is definitely splashing you with the mud bucket.
Yeah, they're a little excited about that.
Wrong kind of movie, guy. Wrong kind of movie. But you're gonna make it out the other side and rush up behind your raconteur friend, just as this carriage is approaching rapidly. So that's going to be your turn. Quick reminder, though, don't forget about your tropes because you have several things like I have just the thing. Such as you can heal minor wounds with either your hands, a potion, or herbal remedies. You also have, I think you might have one that lets you like have items that you need, but double check your tropes.
Yes.
All right, and Joan.
Joan is gonna sort of step up behind Lily and say, now friend, I'm not sure what miscommunications happened here, but you absolutely don't need to be chasing us, so maybe you should just let us go. Yes?
All right. What are you going to what are you trying to get?
I'd like to try to persuade him
Okay.
to turn around.
So go ahead and make me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
This is going to be pretty difficult.
I would like to use one of my trademarks.
Okay.
which is not to worry, which goes with persuasion.
Okay. So
Clearly, this has all been a big misunderstanding, and everyone should just go home. You and all your friends should just head home. Don't worry about us. We're not witches. I don't know what told you that, but please go on your way.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see how that goes.
President's persuasion.
Yep, and before you roll, let me just check one thing real quick. So if you're using your trademark, that's +2 dice. Yep. And let me just see how this works with multiple successes required, because the difficulty is going to be quite high.
Yeah.
With your extra successes. Okay, cool. So you, to do this, you are going to have to achieve 5 successes.
Okay. Okay.
He's actively trying to harm you.
Yep.
So you have a pretty high dice pool. Do you have a quip? Something like that you want to use?
Nothing
Okay.
Hang on, let me double check what mine are. I don't think. Trust me, friend. Whatever you need, I'll get you whatever you need. I'm really good at that. I'm really connected. Just let me make a few calls.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice.
Roll me 2 10-sided dice.
A few calls on the carrier pigeon.
Okay.
Yes, a few calls on the pigeon.
Exactly. Well, there's telephones.
There's telephones. What year do you think it is?
Right? It's like mid 1900s, right?
Yes.
Early.
Yeah.
This is it's the 19th century. Yeah, there's
That's a 10.
there's like
Okay.
trains and letters. Nobody has a phone.
10s or 2s.
10
Let
or
me
2.
just send
So
that
bad at
out.
this.
Morse code.
Okay, I have 4. Can I use a rewrite?
Well, did you add +1 to your dice pool because of the trope?
Yes.
Or
And I
pardon me,
added
not because
one
of the
for the
trope,
quip.
because of the quip.
I added 2 for the trope and 1 for the quip.
Okay. I'm fine with you using a rewrite if someone else is.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah,
Just want
sure.
to try and see if I can. I'm close. I'm just 1 away.
Might as well use them.
Use
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Did you get what you get?
Nice.
I got an 8.
Okay,
So that's fine.
So I'll say that
Just-
you have 1 success for directorial control. So you can you can make 1 statement about this, and roll me 2 10-sided dice, and I'll tell you what your new quip is, or your new
33.
3-3.
Yeah, 3. 6, I guess.
Okay. All right, that's a really great one, actually. All right, so how would you like to? How would you like to do this?
I just like to call he's probably holding his nose because he's just been bopped in the nose.
Sure.
As she's saying all of this, she's gonna take a hanky and tap his nose where it's bleeding, and then grab his hand and put it on the hanky and just step away as she's saying you know what? No, there's clearly some misunderstanding, but I've absolutely got you covered. I've just got to make a few calls, and I will absolutely get back in touch with you, and you will be absolutely set up for as long as you need to be set up for. But how about we just turn ourselves around? And she's gonna give him a little pat on the back and be like, and how about you run back to your friends and you all go back to bed because we all deserve a good night's rest. Goodbye. And then turn around and put an arm around Lily and spin her around and walk off.
That sounds cute as hell, and he's gonna kind of stumble off. As he does, I need you both to do me a favor, and that is going to be to make me a. Ooh, this is going to be a cunning plus composure roll. So it's 2 attributes. This is basically just a do you notice something roll.
Okay. One success.
1 success. Okay.
Sorry, it was what in cunning?
Composure and cunning.
Composure and cunning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness.
I know, right? Fancy.
Oh my God, so many 7s. 1.
1? Both of you are going to notice as he turns around in the moonlight. You can't get quite a good look at it, but it appears that there is some type of strange birthmark or like a bruise or a cut on the back of his neck that you're going to get the look of right in the moonlight. And as you it kind of catches you a little like, that's odd. The camera's going to focus on it, and then it's going to do a distance focus as you see a bunch of other villagers like rushing in the distance toward you, going, ah, ah, ah. Which is probably time to get out of here.
Yes. Lily May's gonna turn to look at Joan and go, yeah, time to go, I say, and just pop off. Running.
Absolutely hoof it.
All right, so the two of you are going to rush off into the woods. Both of you can make me that roll just to pound it through the woods, whatever you want, athletics or survival. And you have a difficulty of 2. So.
All right. I'm going to do survival and might, if you don't mind.
Totally.
So,
and one reminder, though, just for moving through the woods and things like that. Failure doesn't mean something stops happening. So, like, if you tried to run through the woods and failed, it doesn't mean that you, like, can't go through the woods. It just means that something happens.
Yeah.
This is one of these role-playing games where they're like, let's not kill the momentum, and I love that.
Yeah.
2 successes.
2 successes? Everyone remembers the critical role trying to lockpick the door bit, where it's a 2-hour session about lockpicking a single door. And you got how many, Christa?
1.
You got 1? Okay, so Christa, you are going to fail, which is going to add 1 to the momentum pool, because you didn't. And you are going to come through, I'm going to say that you're going to have a complication on your next action, just because you are a little dizzy and unsteady as you make it through. So you are going to have to buy off the 1-point complication dizzy on your next roll. Nothing bad. You're just a little banged up. You're running through, and we'll say that a tree clonks you upside the head, and you're like, oh, bollocks, or whatever. Meanwhile, at the base of the tree line, along the road, the carriage is going to pull up first to Marcus and to Dr. Cora, and you are going to see the handsome, youthful face of George Drummond. The man who's kind of assembled you all. He's in his like late 20s, a very well trimmed mustache, and it looks like a Hemsworth. We'll say we cast like a Hemsworth lookalike, but his head's a little toe shaped, and it's not quite right. So he's a Hems unworthy or Hems unworth.
Oh,
He's a Hemsworthless. And
he will the second brother.
So he has like a nice, like a flowing mustache, and you can see that like his suit jacket is torn at the shoulder and is showing some of the like the white stuffing out of the lining, and he looks a little bruised up, but not in any way that the makeup department really went overboard on. Oh, you're still alive. Excellent. Good. I see you have company.
Yes, and we'd like to lose them if we can.
Need a ride? He says from up on the driver's seat.
Is he suddenly up on the driver's seat, or
he has been on the
in the carriage?
Capital idea, good man. Quick.
Yes.
With haste, everyone into the carriage.
All right. You open the carriage door, and he goes to raise his hand out of the corner of the frame as you open the door, and as you do, you will see the face. The camera will suddenly go zoom in with a wham, 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 as a body falls onto you as the door opens, and it is your other companion, Dr. Ruth Newman, who has been skewered through the throat and is dead.
Everyone stand back. And I check his pulse.
Her pulse. It is.
Sorry,
her. Yes.
Them.
Ruth Newman.
I check their pulse.
Your finger goes in the hole.
This they need a doctor.
I'm the doctor, and they're dead. She's going to yoink them out, and we're getting in the carriage.
Okay, I'm gonna give one more rewrite to the pool and say that as that happens, you drop her to the ground, and both of you are sprayed with blood from the body like a sprinkler.
Oh.
Sorry, I meant to warn you. We were tarried by villagers on our way in. suppose she didn't make it. I was trying to get her to you for safekeeping, but can't drive and bandage. And at this point, Lily and Joan are going to break through the tree line and see the dead Ruth Newman, the alienist, on the ground, and Mr. Drummond. Oh, thank God, you're both alive. Hurry!
Oh.
I
No
see
time
you
for
didn't-
chit chat. Step over the
didn't
body.
fare as well as we did, apparently.
You know what they say. Fair is foul.
Sure they do.
That's what they say. Now, quickly.
I take a little bit offense at that, but a valid point.
You're welcome to take the next carriage, then.
Well, I'll hop in and extend a hand
Just
and
get
be
in.
like, "Watch the hat. Come now."
Okay. Do you all get in the carriage?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, the car is already in the carriage, and you
Yeah.
yoink the
Nice.
body, get in. I mean, it's,
Nice.
Your GTA, just pull the body out.
All right, triangle, jack the carriage. All right, the carriage is going to drive off into the night, and the last thing you're going to see is the door is going to go as a pitchfork embeds itself in the door. The spines are going to come through, or the prongs are going to come through and go, and the villagers are going to kind of, at this point, it is an extra round, so there are 1, 2, 4, 8 of them outside. There's a mechanic for this.
Oh, it seems the crowd has died down some.
The carriage peels off into the night, and we will have a scene change as the iris zooms in and out, and we are back at the mansion. You've left behind the villagers that were chasing you, and once again find yourself in the same set we had last episode. The old mansion, somewhat new. The cobwebs and spiders have been removed, and you find yourselves in the old Coventry mansion again. There, the 4 of you and Mr. George Drummond. Are you all well?
Thanks to you, good sir.
Hi, it was quite fortuitous that you found us, and when you did, those villagers were pursuing us, and we were having quite trouble losing them in the woods.
I think in honesty, it was you who found me. I was trying to head around to our rendezvous place, but you met me midway.
What on
is
earth
happening.
happened, Drummond?
Something is happening in the town tonight. I'm not certain what it is. We were investigating, Dr. Newman and I. As you were heading to the village, as we stated earlier, we were heading around town, doing a quick perusal. And it is there that we came across one Alexander Hagman. It is my opinion that Hagman, one of the witches here, has ensorcelled several of the townsfolk with devilry. They took arms against us. One of them got a glancing blow off of Ruth. She bled out in the carriage.
May her soul find rest for doing the work that she did in finding these devils and devil
Something-
worshippers.
Hey. Something awful is afoot tonight. We must strike, and we must strike now. I heard them say something about the church, and also something about the dam.
Ah, it's the damned church, is it?
Perhaps. We have very little time. We must plan our moves carefully. and do what we can to ensure that no more townsfolk are ensorcelled. It is my hope that the Reverend may be able to be employed, and that we may rally some of the town together to fight this evil, but I'm no speaker like the rest of you. Like you, Marcus, I don't have a way with words. And I'm not quite the the brilliant planner that you are, Dr. Perry. Nor do I have the heart of Joan or the experience of Ms. Williams. So I ask you, friends, what is the right course of action?
Well, if I may be so bold.
I hope you will.
Must we come out of this with some sort of proof, if not to prove our own innocence, but our actions deemed just. Without proof, we are but ruffians interfering in small town matters.
I think the head of a few witches could do. And she'll cock the rifle that she got from the
You're gonna
villagers.
see cock your arm.
I mean, that would be great.
I'll
That's a
say there's
different
a
movie.
slot for a gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, who is it that cocks his punches?
That is Henry Cavill.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Good. Now let's all just take a big breath here, because that is just, it might just be a little bit too far. I don't see why we need to go take people's heads if perhaps we can have calmer heads prevail.
Agreed, John.
Well, one thing that I know about working with witches is that they don't tend to fare well with humans. They don't bargain or listen. They take what they want and they worship the devil. I come from a long line of witch hunters, the Williams. And that is, unfortunately, or fortunately, the best way to deal with them.
Well, if time is running short, as our dear patron suspects, perhaps interrogating one of these witches is in order to find their true plans, so that our actions are directed in the directed rightfully.
I also fear that there's a chance that they seek to poison the reservoir. Perhaps they wish to do something like that. I hate to say this, but perhaps it'd be best if we split up. I'm something of a scientist myself, and I think that
best.
I could check the water now that Dr. Newman is not available.
But do they themselves not need to drink?
Perhaps
Do they not
drank
need
the
to-
blood of the innocent, or the tears of the devil, or the salt water itself. I don't know witches.
They probably have the witchcraft to make an antidote for themselves as well.
Can probably handle myself if I have to. In the meanwhile, perhaps if you want a witch's head, the Coventrys or the Brooms both have homesteads inside of town. You would have to sneak in past any of the villagers, but you'd be able to make inroads there. Thankfully, this the old Coventry Manor belongs to one of their cousins, and is outside of their reach at the moment.
Well, I was thinking about heading down to the church. Did you not say that they were doing something down there?
I say they perhaps seek to ensorcel the Reverend. By controlling the shepherd, they control the flock, do they not?
True.
Do you know if the church is already under their control?
I do not. That's what I'm hoping that you would be able to figure out. You know people, and the rest of you, you're a psychologist, Dr. Perry.
Yes.
And, well, Joan, you have a way of getting into places. And if
Yes,
it's
you
witchcraft,
do have a point.
I think that,
Perhaps confronting them directly is the proper course of action then.
a good old-fashioned witch hunt.
Now there's music to my ears.
Shall we perhaps try to sneak back into town then, and confront the Reverend to start?
Yes, if we could try and get to the Reverend before the witches do. Get him off somewhere, even hiding or starting to spread truth to the town people that aren't ensorcelled by them.
Rally our own mob, so to speak.
Exactly.
That's very true.
I
They seem
think-
quite good with torches.
Well, seems we have a plan.
Mr. Durand, are you going to be all right if we leave you to yourself to do this experiment?
I suppose I'll be all right. I do have the one good Coventry that we know of here to accompany me as well, whose name is in my notes. One moment.
Line?
What was the good Coventry?
Line.
It wasn't Mayor Daniel Hunt. It was Cornelius. I have Cornelius with me.
Oh, right, yes.
I have
Left to Germans.
Cornelius.
Yeah, ADR.
Cornelius with me to help me with this endeavors. Your best bet, however, is to go speak to Reverend Makepeace, or perhaps to Constable Hunt. Well, what am I talking about? This is Oregon in the 1800s. It'd be Sheriff Hunt.
Yes.
It's true.
Do these writers know the difference?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a die. You know what? It's gonna change from constable to sheriff depending on line.
Oh, fair enough.
Yep, correct.
Depends if it's the Canadian or an American actor speaking.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's the British actor for Drummond. He just doesn't know.
Yes.
He's just,
Yes.
It's constable.
Yeah,
What's a
exactly.
sheriff? This isn't Nottingham, you. All right. Any equipment you need is at your disposal.
Ooh, shopping montage?
Yeah, if you want to. Tell you what.
Grab,
So
pull, grab,
I'll
pull.
let you spend. I'll let you spend a rewrite to acquire anything you theoretically need within reason.
Okay.
Actually, let me just check the rewrites because there are some pretty great ones. Set dresser. You can control the weather with that.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking at dramatic meteorology for when we were running away. I was definitely looking at that.
So improvised weapon is great.
There is a montage scene.
Yes, there is montage.
Musical montage. Music swells over the days and hours leading up to it. A handful of devices fortify against the inn. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what we need.
Yeah, that one's kind of like when the A team's building their stuff in the.
Players with the montage in their pits, an era-appropriate song and narrates exactly what happens for up to 20 seconds at the end.
Okay,
Any
do you
character
want to do a
working in
montage? Do you want to spend 2 for that?
Yes, I wanna
Okay,
do a
hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. It's the night.
montage. I do.
Okay. This is gonna take me a second.
And Lily definitely has to have a grip a goblet and say groovy.
Yes.
No. It has to be a setting appropriate word for the era. So what would that be?
Yes.
Smashing.
Excelsior.
Smashing.
Smashing would be.
Smashing.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 sec though, because I need. Okay, so.
So we basically can montage us going to the Reverend and getting the villagers together, and then grabbing weapons.
Yep.
Oh, this is great.
Okay, hold on. I just gotta find the song. Okay,
I'm
so
so
it
excited
has to be an
to use
era appropriate.
Yes.
Nah. It has to be a classical cover of a popular song, which this is the 70s that we're shooting this
Technically,
film.
it's the
So
70s.
it needs to be a
Yes.
classic, a badly done classical cover of that three-piece orchestra. It has to be a cover of a 70s rock song.
Okay. We don't have that budget. So
We don't have any budget.
We don't. So hold on. Oh, actually,
Kelly's trying to find what this.
I've been playing my character wrong. I should have been talking as if I'm like from ye old times.
Oh my god.
Make post haste, sucker.
Oh, I'm frozen.
okay. I'm cutting that in. Okay. Thank you, Kevin MacLeod, for all of your hard work. All right. So with that, you grab your montage sequence. It begins as here we go.
I imagine everyone is grabbing weapons.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And Joan is making tea.
Yeah.
Just like a dramatic shot of a tea bag going into a bunch of tea bags going.
Oh, yes.
Steam.
Sharp whistle
Yeah.
of the steam. Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, as like Lily May's like just grabbing guns after guns
Yeah.
and knives and sticking things down and just like armory.
All right, so everybody is prepping. So you have 20 seconds from this point. Everyone go around in a circle, starting with Robin and going just... So Robin, Christa, Cal, you have 20 seconds as of now to tell me what's happening during the montage. Go.
All right, so as we're going into the montage, you're going to see Lily May just stocking up on rifles and weapons and different various guns, and then if we're flashing forward in time, you're going to see Lily May at the
It's 20
church
seconds
talking to the
between
rifle.
all four of you.
Oh no! All four.
So
Wanna
I'm going to say
restart?
stocking up on all rifles. You may pass the buck. Oof.
Yeah. Okay. Stocking
Okay.
up rifles. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Making
Krista.
tea and providing it to everyone.
Okay, Kel.
Making plans, laying out detailed drawings, and directing where people are going to go for what.
Okay, Cal, you have 3 seconds. Ready?
Revolver, Holy Bible, cross, holy water.
I'll allow the holy water. Okay. So
He grabs them all in his arms and he's running back.
So there'll be
I
a longer
always-
montage sequence of like grabbing the rifles, loading, sighting down the barrel, all
Yeah.
of that, pouring the tea.
Love it.
Sipping the tea.
We accidentally see a
having
Starbucks
tiny
cup
sandwiches.
because the actress brought in her Starbucks
It's
tea
not
mug.
a Starbucks cup, it's a Dunkin' cup. They were around in the 70s,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
All right,
Yes.
that's true. Right.
Or it's one of those Greek cups,
Big
you know, the ones with,
Kahuna
like, the
burger.
Greek,
Yeah.
the Greek
yeah.
labeling that's like big in New
typical.
York.
Yep.
Yeah, which one of those for sure?
Yep.
All right, and with that, strapped for bear and caffeinated, you head down into the village. We cut in again as we transition into the village. As you are, how are you approaching? How are you approaching the village?
Sneaky.
Okay, you're trying to sneak
Yes.
down, so you'll make it to the
Yeah.
village without trouble. But you're going to be sneaking around the edge of the only building that we could afford to get. So I need you to make me a. This is going to be a. Oh, there's no stealth skill in this game, so I'm guessing it's
Larceny?
Larceny could work.
Yeah.
You could probably do survival as well, just knowing where not to step. But larceny is going to be my favorite out of this.
I agree.
Larceny.
And what do you think? Probably larceny and dex is obvious. Larceny and composure, larceny and cunning, larceny and intellect.
Can I use presence, but do it like use it as like deception? Like she's not really sneaking. She's just kind of like blending in with anyone that happens to be walking around.
I was
Hiding in
wondering
plain
about
sight.
presence too about that. Actually, I was thinking about the same thing. It's like just like
Yeah.
walking like I know what I'm doing kind
So-
of thing.
Act
Yes,
like you belong.
I am going to. We're going to use the quaint village set from the storyteller chapter, or the story guide chapter.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So So you are moving through town square. Complications. Everyone knows everyone. Attempting to lie to a townsperson about a person known to them draws attention. A group of strangers draws attention. The director may, at their discretion, apply varying degrees of complication to any stealth actions if you are kind of like sneaking around the city. So just basically, you'll draw attention. So you are going to have, I'm going to say it's dark right now. There are some lamps around the village that are lit. So I'll say that everyone who is in the open has a 2-point complication they have to buy off.
Fair.
To not draw attention, but I'll let you use presence to try to sneak in.
Can I potentially use one of my tropes?
Yeah? What do you got?
It's good thing I brought this.
Oh, really? Okay, what does that do?
Well, it doesn't actually have like a specific thing to it. It's just you always have just the right tool for the right occasion. This must be something you can carry on your person, like bobby pins or a wrench or a roll of rope. But I was kind of wondering if maybe she has like some like the skirt that her overskirt that she's wearing is like can be turned into like a shawl that's like very similar to what everyone else is wearing.
That sounds fantastic. That works for me.
Cool. Do I get a +1 or does that lower my complication?
I'll say that lowers your complication. Yeah, I'll say that that'll negate the complication, so you'll just have the regular roll. So make me a larceny plus whatever you feel is appropriate, everybody. So 2 of you are going to try to blend into the public. The other 2, what are you thinking about doing?
I too shall blend into the public.
Okay.
I have a culture.
Yeah, you could use culture. You could use culture.
Sweet.
Yeah. I'd say
Culture and
could
presence.
work.
Yeah.
Culture to try to just blend in.
Yeah. Sweet.
Okay.
May I use a quip?
What is your quip?
If anyone comes up looking kind of suspicious, or if people are like talking about all the bad things happening, she will join in with the horror.
That is pretty great. So that is going to happen right when you're walking by. Ain't it a shame? The children going missing. The Thompson boy and the Tomlin girl are both going, I know, it's awful.
Oh, the horror! The horror!
That one gets it. Good job, Bertha. Light a candle for them.
Oh, of course. I'll write 5 for each.
Did she say it right? All right. 2 successes. All right, so you're going to be able to sneak through without any problem. Lily, you're going to gain a +1 on your roll there. Christa? What? What's that face?
It's a botch face.
Oh, hey, that's 2 points of momentum.
Rewrites back.
Or rewrites into the pool.
She goes a little too hard.
Okay.
Just like grabbing me like, why don't you understand how horrible this is?
That's so good.
And your shawl comes off and you're wearing your top hat underneath it.
Yeah. Put over top.
Kal and Kelle, what did you get on your rolls?
I got 4 successes.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
because
that's
my culture and presence gave me 10 dice.
Holy crap, good for you.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is that you'll gain a +1 enhancement on your next roll.
Sweet.
That involves dealing with townsfolk in any way.
Okay.
And Kal, what'd you get?
All right. Excuse me. This is. You'll have to pardon my manservant. We're new in town. They're an old actor, a playwright, and it's called acting in character. Isn't that right? Or
Okay. Yeah.
Good help is so hard to find. Come this once.
Well, you folks have a good night now, says the farmer, who is straight out of Central Casting. Yeah. And as you pass by, the farmer will head inside of his house. But as you are walking toward the church and kind of sneaking, trying to kind of keep to the shadows, the camera is going to pan in overhead, and you are going to see that there is a woman looking out one of these windows at you from between blinds or between curtains. Sorry.
Yes.
With her eyes very visible. We're going to focus on that. It's going to be very very
It's
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, I was gonna say it's a very badly
It's
Lugosi shot.
It's
like
the Dutch
light's
angles?
actually on their nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lugosi lighting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I think we've duped them, my good man.
Oh, yes, of course.
All right. You make your way toward the local church. And you can hear the sound of church bells ringing. Dong, dong.
Why would they
Town
be
is-
ringing at night? Sorry.
Why would they be ringing at
Indeed.
night? Dong, 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 dong.
Usually when bells toll, it's for the dead.
Or for
This time
weddings.
of night, yes.
Or for weddings.
Looking straight ahead of you, the front door of the small church is open. Actually, pardon me. It's quite a large steepled church. It's the largest building in town. In Center Square, this large pointed roof stands a good 50, 60 feet above the nearest home. Even though some of the homes are 2 floors, 3 floors, it is quite a large church for this area. Almost like Central Scouting got a good old abandoned church.
See, I imagine they
Finally.
got a really busy church, and so like you can see like normal people walking around
Yeah.
and just like wide shot, and then it cuts to a totally different building while everyone's
Yeah.
close up.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you are going
Totally.
to hear dong, dong, dong. The front doors are wide open. What do you do?
Shall we go in?
Walk in like we own the place.
Exactly.
Follow my lead.
I was going to maybe just peek in first, but all right.
Too late.
We're just
Too late for
striding
that.
on in. Yeah, too late
Right.
for surreptitiousness.
All right. As you head into the church bells ring one final time, and you can see that there's a small crowd that's kind of like started to head toward the church around you, but you'll be able to make it in while you're still kind of alone there. Up at the front, you can see Reverend Makepeace, a stout man who looks very much like Officer Makepeace from the first act of the movie. He has his head in his hands. He's got like a long wig with a ponytail, kind of like an Ichabod Crane wig, which is totally anachronistic for this. And it's like,
Yes, does not fit at all.
oh, the horror, the. They said that. Oh, damn my eyes!
Father,
Hello?
what seems to be the problem?
My nephew, Reginald, was found, or at least part of him. And he gestures over to in front of the altar where you see laid out on sheets is a child's sized leg with bite
Just a
marks
pair of
on it.
legs? Please,
Just
just,
a
a
leg.
pair of legs laying there.
Just one leg. Just one leg.
One
And
leg.
with-
Oh, even better.
With a shoe on it.
Oh, I
It's a
love
sneaker.
it. Yeah.
Eat, 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 eat. The town is besought with witches. It is just as you said.
Indeed.
I don't know what God wishes of me.
Are you okay there, Reverend?
Yes, I am upset.
So
What is
what's-
an insight check in this realm?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you that he's just a bad actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
okay. I was wondering.
Yeah,
I am so upset.
It seems that the good reverend is
Distraught.
Joan is going. I would like to use another quip and walk forward. Cause she's still in her dramatic streak. Oh, Reverend, hold me before I faint. And she's gonna like fall back against him.
You know what? You know
The
what?
actor expecting to be caught, but
He's going to
Might
catch
not.
you, and I'm going to think about implying a secondary rule, if I would, just because I want to see how it's done. So, I want to swap over to a different type of trope. He will catch you, and on-screen chemistry, fated bonds. Yes, there's doomed romance tropes, baby.
I saw those. I saw those.
Okay, so attitudes toward each other will be at least intensity tree, blah, blah, blah. Faded tropes. When a relationship becomes faded, choose a trope to reflect that bond. That can be with 2 PCs. It can be with a PC and an NPC. I would say, how about... So I'm going to list some off. Just pick by name. Dream of me, I will always find you. I would recognize you anywhere. Mine, never be friends. No! It's gonna be no, probably. Not even death, out of my way. Star-crossed or time waits. It's gonna be no, isn't it?
I was gonna say either I will always find you or time waits so that he can show back up in the later.
That means that there is always enough time for a farewell kiss, a declaration of loyalty, or an attempt to talk some sense of the villain before it's too late. No matter what, time will pause to allow the monologue to happen.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's not what I thought it was.
awesome.
That's so good.
Okay, so he will catch you.
Love it.
Are you all right?
Better now. They both at the same time.
And he looks up at the crucifix. Jesus, there's a close up of Jesus's face.
Oh, please let it be a really bad crucifix where he's just kind of like,
Yeah, it's like the wish. It's his.
oh,
it's just,
yes.
It's
yes.
Jesse on the cross is what it is.
Oh my god.
When you get your savior off wish, yes.
Oh my god.
Okay. So he's not even doing it.
Jesus
He's doing a
figure looks
lowercase
Korean.
t, not a. Okay. So there will be a dramatic moment with some diddle-oo, 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 diddle-oo. And what? Okay. So what are the rest of you doing? So the Reverend is holding
Joan.
Is there anyone else in here?
You will see that there are a couple of townsfolk kind of trickling in around the edges, kind of just extras from the looks of it. What's going on here? The bell's ringing.
They're not sure if the scene is.
They're kind of waiting in the wings for something to happen from the looks of it.
I would like to use one of my tropes.
What it seems like they're waiting is it seems like they're at the tavern in Beauty and the Beast and they're waiting for the song.
Yes. Well, I would like to use my trope. Say that to my face. I'm a threatening badass and nobody wants to get on my bad side. Gain +1 enhancement when making a rolling command. I think Lily May is going to take this very obvious plastic mannequin leg of the boy and she's going to start, townspeople, we must unite against the witches. They're a terrible cur in this town and only you can stop it. So grab me your torches and grab your pitchforks. We are going to hunt witches tonight.
Okay, so doing that, I want you to make me a presence and command roll. And this is your trope. Do you have any trademarks that are useful here?
Trademarks. No, it's in athletics into the fire. The story lacks a piece. I don't think so. But
Don't worry, I can back you up. This is my highest pool.
Ooh. And then maybe.
Don't be afraid to fail.
That's true.
Yeah. It's only going to be great.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, I will roll presence and command. It does enhancement means it gets +1 if I succeed.
What's that?
An enhancement on this. What is that?
It
That
gets it
doesn't
if you
add
succeed.
a pool.
So it's a success after the fact.
Okay. Ha! Nope. That would be a failure. I go 6633. No successes on that.
663? Aw, so close.
6633.
But 6633 and 3 + 3 is 6.
Yeah,
so it is
that's true.
666.
And 6 + 6 is 12.
So just a quick reminder. You can spend 3 rewrites to insert a deleted scene. You can spend a 1 rewrite to be I'm a serious actor to raise your command by 2 for the scene.
Oh, could I?
You can.
That's awesome.
But we also get
You can spend two
something if you
rewrites.
fail.
Yeah.
Two rewrites off the cutting room floor. When her roll fails, the player with the cinematic narrates the event that was filmed for another movie and slots it into the current scene, turning the failed roll into a successful one.
How many rewrites do we have?
You have 4 presently. That's 2 of them.
Yeah.
And that's 2 to take a scene from another movie that's successful.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Let's
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I would like
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the
Robin, choose a random background from your Zoom library and turn. You can choose whatever filter you personally wish to use.
and you
yeah.
don't even have to be the same actress.
Oh, it's a speech from
It's a different
Rudy.
movie.
yeah,
Yes,
it's a
I
different.
was
We don't have the
thinking
rights to the
Braveheart
speech from
personally.
Rudy. So.
I know.
Yeah, there's no way that the studio could get that.
No, that's true. I can't
My
afford
fellow
anything
Americans.
Like that.
My fellow Americans.
There we go. We're gonna go back.
You're,
Hold on. And
Wait a second.
so
No.
She was in a bad biopic of Jackie O.
Oh yeah.
we cut to the deleted scene now.
Well, I see we're all gathered here today for the greatest mission that one can accomplish. But I cannot do it alone. I'm going to need your help. 'Cause I cannot do this. For the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the single. So join me, comrades, as we shall be victorious in our insert.
Okay.
in our
And,
fight against the witches.
That's
All right.
awesome.
And you are going to hear. The crowd goes wild and joins you.
Oh my god, that was so good.
This is why I have.
Truly, one has not held up a child's leg with such passion.
It's like splatting blood on the camera from where you wiggle it.
Joan and the Reverend are making out in the background.
Nah, I figured
Amazing.
Their actors got married after this movie.
Yeah.
for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, 6 weeks and 2 days.
Yeah.
It was a
fair
record for
enough.
both of them. They got
Yeah.
remarried in the 80s, and that lasted for a little while.
Yeah.
And then one of them shot the other. They're both alive still.
It's still fine.
Ooh,
They just
I
one
like
shot.
Yeah.
Wasn't even the first time.
You get one shot, one chance, one opportunity.
One opportunity. Would you capture it?
Well, now I want to be the journalist who comes along and wants to interview them for the podcast. So he shot you. Tell me what
All
I
right.
was like.
A radio play, you say?
Replay. All right, so
Yes.
the townsfolk that have assembled, which we're gonna pan over, and we're gonna see. It looks like actually a bunch of like crew members that have just been put in like wigs from like a production of Pride and Prejudice.
Yep. There you go.
Oh my god.
Are
It's
going to
everyone's
be like,
partners and like brothers and sisters.
Yes. Yes, because that's
yeah.
all who showed up.
and there are a couple of people who just run underneath the camera and stand to make it look bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Yeah.
right. So they're gonna, yeah, let's get them. Let's fuck them up.
Oh, okay.
Barely.
Wow. Quite the turnout.
All right. So, they are all on your side. You now have a mob, which actually is a rule in the book that says,
Yeah.
I have minions of my own, page 106. When you command followers, whether they are a ragtag mass of survivors or a military unit, you can pit them against the legions of your foes. Treat each side of the conflict as one unit with a single, basically like you treat them as one character against
Yeah.
each other.
It's the
Because that-
mob.
Got it. Yeah.
It's mob versus mob. It makes the combat way easier. So with that, do you
like it.
do you all lead your townsfolk back out of the town? Back
Yes.
into the town?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
There is a tremendous cacophony of combat as you see several villagers rising to the defenses. You swarm. Where are you taking them? Are you taking them towards the Broom Estate, the Hagman Place, or the Coventry?
The Coventry.
Coventry's?
Coventry.
We're going right at them.
Yeah.
So what I would like is to bust in. Who is going? So any of the as you move towards this quite large estate in the middle of town, there are going to be several farmers kind of standing outside, protecting it with pitchforks, kind of like hovering around, kind of dazedly holding their weapons. A couple of them have rifles, but the town are going to swarm, giving you an opportunity to make way. Who is going in first? Do we want to roll initiative on this, or do you just want to do it?
I think Lily would be, wouldn't she?
Oh yeah.
I have the perfect quip for busting through the door.
Okay, do it.
Yes, please.
So Lily's gonna like bust through the door with her rifle and just say, "Taste cold steel, you foul beast."
Okay. And there is a woman with blonde hair who is, of course, the actress for Cersei Coventry. Oh, pardon me, she's a redhead. And is going, "Oh my word. You will live to regret that and buy me a new door."
No.
Okay. Are you going to shoot her?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and you make me an aim plus composure, cunning. What do you got? If you can make me aim and might if you shove it in her face or something.
Okay. Could I be close combat and might then, using it as like a
No, it's gonna be aim because it's a gun.
Fine.
Because you gotta
If you're
point the
just
right end
using
at
the
it.
butt.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's
If
fair.
you beat her with it, it'll
Take her alive, perhaps.
Actually, when she says taste cold steel, she's probably meaning her arm with that quip. Maybe she is just gonna punch her instead of a
All right.
rifle.
Yes.
Close
Do
combat
it.
and right
Yeah.
and might, please.
That makes way more sense for this character. Because also my character has no aim. I'm like, what? This makes no sense. But they mean punch. She uses her arm as a punch.
Buffy doesn't use guns.
Do I get?
exactly.
It's true.
You'll get an
Do I
enhanced
get a
trigger.
+1
Pointy.
for the quip? Yeah.
You get +1 for the quip? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
have a
my god.
What?
Oh my god.
You
I
botched?
botched. I botched.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I had 10 dice and I botched.
Okay, that's 2
This could be
momentum to the
glorious.
pool.
Yep. All
Or
right.
two rewrites to the pool. All
Fuck
right,
me
so
up,
you will
fam.
you take a swing and she's going to dodge out of the way. And
Can there be a banana peel on the ground that she slips on?
I am going to give you a complication right now. It is going to be that, so you're going to step forward and the ground is going to like break and you're going to fall forward with your leg going through the wood of this old building. I would like an initiative roll from all of you.
Oh no.
Okay, so that is going to be athletics and composure, or
Right,
dex
right.
and empathy.
There's 3. I was gonna say a very bad film excuse for slipping during combat would have been you had to wear new heels for this.
Oh, that's true.
And they forgot to put mohair on the bottom, so you're like,
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so Lily, I have you
Hang
at
on.
2. Okay, Joan and Cora at 1. Cal, what'd you get?
Hi. Yeah.
3.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
good job.
nice.
So I will need a new clip, Kelle.
Okay, roll me 2 dice.
All right. 17.
Okay, that's a really easy one for you. That's great.
oh, I've used 2 quips without refilling. Just FYI.
Yeah, roll twice, and I'll send that to you. I sent you 1 already, actually.
Yes, but I've used 3.
Okay, I'm just sending those real quick, and you are a dupe. All right, so 9.
And
9.
13.
Oh god, these are so good. You can chain these. Oh, that's so good.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Can I-
yes,
Oh,
That's
I have
so
a
good.
perfect thing.
Okay.
I know how to chain two quips together. Oh, this is gonna be great.
I don't even know if you're allowed to do that in the rules, but I'm gonna allow it. I don't care. All right, so you have 4 rewrites in the pool, and I have Marcus followed by Lily, followed by Joan / Cora, followed by tied with her. With Helena Coventry. Now, just to describe the scene, it is a dark and stormy night. The crowd outside, you can hear, are tearing into the other homes of the suspected witches that you sent them into. Outside, you can hear the angry mob. Inside, it is Cersei. Pardon me, not Cersei Coventry. Helena Coventry takes a step back and dodges as you slip and fall through the floor. I am going to say that you are going to have a complication, bad footing, that's going to need to be bought. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that you have the complication that you're prone. To get up is going to take you 1 complication, basically, to get up and still act.
Okay.
So she is going to take a step back and brandish a kitchen knife at you. Stay back. Stay back. And Marcus, it's your turn. What do you do?
All right. Doesn't have any weapons pulled quite yet. Marcus steps forward and is like, "Your ears do not deceive you, for there is a murderous mob outside that keens for witch's blood. It would be wise to put down that knife and cooperate, for this will not end in anything but sorrow should you choose to face us, fiend."
All right. Are you trying to convince her? Make me a persuasion roll.
And that line is way better than any other in the script. It was entirely Marcus. Marcus' actor
it was
just
improv. Yep.
The line was, "Put the knife down, woman."
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn, woman, put the knife down.
No. See, this is I think you're doing this right. I think Marcus, the actor of Marcus, is actually like a Shakespearean actor, and this is his first foray into film.
He's desperately trying to get into the American film.
Exactly.
But this was not the right.
No.
He's been classically trained.
Exactly. So his Val is like him overly pretending to be that kind of character.
Would you like to use a rewrite for "I'm a serious actor," which will give you a +2 to your social skills?
Yeah.
Because you are
a
like
serious
Shakespearean,
actor.
like you're talking about, like you're using your playwriting.
Serious actor.
Perhaps I will not need it.
All right.
Let's find out.
It's a big pool.
I botched with 10 dice.
You did dodge with 10 dice.
That's true. That's
Five.
Hell yes.
5 successes.
She brandishes her knife in Lily's face, and as you say those, "Just don't hurt my children." And she will set the knife on the table. Lily, it is your turn. What do you do? The focus turns to you.
Oh boy, and she looks like she's cooperating.
Yep.
With them damn dirty witches. I would like to at least get up from prone.
Sure. You can spend your movement doing that.
And then she's gonna try and just like, witches, what are you planning on doing with this? With the water, you foul beasts.
Which? I'm not a witch. None of us are witches. What are you talking about?
Please tell us more. There is a trope called "Please Tell Me More."
Oh, what's it?
People find you easy to talk with. They let down their guard and they open up too much. When you're interviewing a suspect, you gain +1 enhancement to make them say something they wish they hadn't.
That's fab.
I'm just gonna say that it works because I want to. I'm not a witch. None of us are witches. I don't know what's going on. My family has some old beliefs from Ireland that we brought over. We leave milk out. For fairies, we avoid stepping in mushroom circles, but we're not witches.
What about the Hagmans?
The Hagmans?
Yes.
The Hagmans are just a nice Jewish family. They have their own beliefs the same as we do.
This
Next
is
you're
an
going to
awful
say that
town. Sorry, ma'am?
we didn't do anything. And we're just trying to raise our children. My husband built the dam.
Then who's trying to take it down? And why has it been pointed at you?
I don't know why you're here. And as that happens, taking anybody who wants to just kind of take a look at the situation, kind of catch their bearings, you are welcome to make me a composure and cunning roll.
Ooh, yes, please.
okay.
And cunning.
I like it.
I would also let you make an enigmas roll with something if you'd prefer.
I don't have that.
So,
Two successes.
2 successes?
who knows?
Successes.
4 successes?
Nothing.
None? Okay. All right, so that's one more momentum to the pool, thanks to Robin. You got 1 success, Christa?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to say that I needed 2 successes because of the din, so that's another momentum to the pool. Right?
Fantastic.
Or pardon me, another
No, I
rewrite
love
to the
it.
pool.
Yeah.
And Cal, how many did you get? 1? 4. Okay.
I got 1.
And okay,
No, I got
I'm
2.
gonna say-
I got 2. Sorry.
You got 2?
2. Yep.
All right. So that's... You're going to
Good.
just barely notice this. You're going to notice that it looks like the town is prevailing outside. Both of you glance out the window, and sure enough, the group that you have raised is going to be gathering up some of the people they intend to burn or hang. And you can see that there's a pyre being built in the center of town next to the old tree there.
Oh, this might not be good.
And actually, speaking of which, as you are doing that, Marcus, glancing forward, you see that they've clubbed actually Mr. Coventry, William Coventry, over the head and are dragging him to the tree. And as they do, you are going to see that his shirt has been ripped and torn, and there is a strange mark on the back of his neck.
Ooh. Who noticed that?
That very same mark that we've
Yes.
saw in
And
the
with 4
woods.
successes, you'll see that outside, one of the farmers that was defending the like making a hubbubaloo is going to get clubbed over the head with a shovel and is going to collapse to the ground. And from here, you can see that he has the same mark. He's about 20 feet from you.
And these were the ones defending the Coventry?
Yeah. Coventry, they were the ones that were causing trouble, taking shots at you. In fact, that's one you recognize from the woods.
These are the very same men that were chasing us earlier. Those marks, do you all see them?
What?
Look.
Yes.
It is the same mark. Miss Coventry,
What does it mean?
What is that on your husband's neck?
I don't know. He's been acting very strange recently. Ever since he went to visit my cousin.
Who's your cousin?
A good
Renee's
cousin.
Coventry.
Drummond.
All right.
Yes.
And as you rush
What?
out, anybody who is looking down at this mark,
Joe
you'll
knows
see
what's
that
happening.
It is a pentacle.
Yeah.
A pentacle, like branded into the back of his
Oh
neck.
god.
Anybody who wants to can
Not
make
good.
me a culture plus intellect roll.
Okay.
Culture plus
I will.
whatever.
Oh, I got that.
No.
got this?
Ooh,
I got
I'm not-
10. I got 10 dice I can
10
roll
dice.
for that.
Do you have a quip?
been waiting
do
for
you want to
Four or
quip it?
5. Leave that to me.
I botched the culture.
Just now? All right, I'll give you 2. So
What?
you think 1? You know it is witchcraft of some kind.
Yeah.
You know that like witches brand people in order to put them under spells sometimes.
Oh, I get an extra dice for intellect base rolls for my preferred prey.
Oh, it's true. So
Get
okay.
1 dice.
So yeah,
Okay.
they are ensorcelled. Some type of mind control. What'd you get, Kel?
I have an 8, a 9, and 4 10s.
10 successes?
4 10s, yes. So I have
That's
10.
10
10
successes.
successes.
Yes, I do.
Gross.
To the stunts page.
Looking down, we're going. The budget of the film is going to be spent on this cross-cut. Like it's basically like a film dissolve that shows you doing research in the Himalayas, and it's like
My
you know
own
this sign.
montage.
In Comatage, yeah.
Yes.
You know this sign. This is the sign of. One moment while I pull it up. This is the symbol of Abaddon. Sure. This is the sign of Abaddon. It allows spellcasters, warlocks to control hapless individuals that are branded with it. They find themselves to be nothing more than mindless minions that will do whatever their master says. Your master is kind of like saying this to you. Remember this. Cora Perry.
Remember this. Remember this.
The only way to resolve this or to heal it is to take it to holy ground and to pray for the demon spell to be released. Perhaps then the Lord will shine down on these poor, unfortunate souls.
This memory is very long.
Marcus
But they got
botched,
like
and
Alec
he's all
Guinness to
like,
do the voice, so like.
Yeah.
Marcus botched, so he's like, so that's some sort of birthmark,
That's
right?
the Star of David. No.
My dice address, Cal, I put it in the chat, but there is a 3-point culture stunt that you may want to purchase with one of your 10 successes from that roll. That is a culture stunt. That might be what good.
Ooh, that is a really good one.
Where do you see the stunts,
like
by the way?
It's near the. It's like if you click on Appendix 2, if you scroll down, it has like all the skills for like aim, athletic, close combat, command. It has all the flashy, daring, simple ones for them.
Okay. Yeah, I totally want to buy that Devil Slayer stunt.
Okay.
Pretty freaking awesome.
Okay. So, that is.
Yes.
You are going to gather that, so that will persist into next game.
Yes.
And all right. So what do you do? Do you take him outside?
Yes, I will tell everybody we need to take them outside to holy ground. That's the only chance we have of breaking the spell over them.
To the church.
Come, yes, to the church.
Okay. So you start trying to convince people to bring things to bring these people to the church.
Yes.
Yeah. And so all of you are gathering these bludgeoned farmers and so on up as you start bringing them to the church. Meanwhile, Joan, you have ran off on your own. Oh, hold on. I think we lost her again.
She's frozen.
Oh,
You're muted as well.
Sorry, we're dying.
That's that. More ways than one. So you are Joan. You are running off on your own.
Yes, she's. Oh, and is there a carriage nearby or a horse or anything?
There is a horse nearby. Yes, there is a single horse.
Or an old like wind-up car.
When did you think cars?
So there is.
This is the 1900s, right? There
no, it's the 1800s, late 1800s.
Oh,
So
well,
The
no,
Ford
I will
two-door
say-
hasn't been invented yet.
that there is.
that's all.
There is.
Have we cared
Well, we
about
had horses in the
anachronism
earlier
so far?
scene, so we have horses
that's
available. So
Yeah.
there is a horse available.
Can I use pilot for that?
You may.
Sure, why not?
Wonderful. I would like to use presence pilot because it is a horse,
Okay.
so I can use my presence over it. I also have a pilot trademark that is
Okay.
I drove one of these for years. So she was clearly a horseback. Exactly. Yeah, so may I use...
You may. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Okay,
so to get to where you need to be, I want as many successes as you can get.
Okay, 3 in pilot, 4 in composure.
+2 for the trademark.
+2 for my trademark. I was just wondering if I had a good one. Kind of as she's like getting on the horse, is like a little soliloquy to herself, goes, "Oh, even thinking of Drummond alone with that awful, awful creature, it's made my skin crawl."
Nice.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We'll see how it goes. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The actress just saw the horse on set and is like, "Oh no, I can ride this up there." The crew's going, "Are you sure? You sure you want to ride this horse?
Yes.
Oh, you're not licensed for it. I don't know if we have the insurance."
All right.
It's all good. I grow up around horses.
How'd you do?
4.
4? All right, so you're going to ride the horse off, and we are going to use the same background, but we're going to cut to riding up the mountain. And it is going to, the camera is going to follow you up, and the next scene is going to be you riding up and dismounting, trotting up and dismounting, as you rush up to the edge of the dam, expecting the worst. Instead, you see Drummond standing there. He looks over and says, "Joan! How good to see you. Is everything all right?"
Drummond, please come here.
One moment. How do I know you are not possessed?
How do I know you're not?
Because I'm the one doing the possessing.
The horse, zoom in on the horse.
The horse. The horse rears up.
Yes.
As the lightning flashes behind her.
My friend, just the one I wanted to see. I dedicate Coventry to my master. And the camera is going to kind of pan around and see that he has a dynamite plunger next to his foot.
No. I want to tackle him.
Okay, so let's roll initiative between the two of you.
Beautiful. I don't have initiative.
And I love
Ooh,
that
3.
3? Okay, hold on, let me just pull his stats. Hey. Werewolf, nope. Because a werewolf is to be way different.
It's a good thing we didn't shoot that lady.
Yeah.
It is a good thing you didn't just shoot her.
For once, my mouth has not caused us trouble.
I have 3 successes.
There's always next time.
Oh, so do I. My pool's only 3 though.
My pool's 5.
Go. It's
Right,
first.
I'm gonna do it.
Unless we spend something to give you that initiative, which I think maybe
Is there
we
a way
should.
to do that?
We
there a
can one for
rewrite?
one give you dice.
You
That's
could try
dice,
to
my
roll
pool.
more.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because if I roll higher, then
Yeah.
One sec. Ooh, actually, hold on. I gotta roll something else real quick. Okay. I do not have to inform you of what I've rolled.
stupid directors.
Yeah. Well. It is going to be his turn. So, do you want to try? Do you want to spend any momentum to try to get initiative on him?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
You want to try?
Do
You
it.
have,
Do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of initiative.
3.
Oh, yeah.
3.
These
Three.
Okay.
Let's rewrite this. We're rewriting. No. We
one
think
more.
One.
The protagonist should go
that means that
first.
you have more than him.
Yes. Okay.
So what do you want to do? You want to lunge at him?
Yes.
Okay.
Composure, close combat.
Do it.
Okay. Composure, close combat. And I have a trope that I'm tougher than I look.
Okay. Activate that.
Yep, and I have a trademark of a good friendly brawl with close combat.
Okay.
So that's two, and then one for my trope. My trope gives me a +1 to physical rolls for a scene.
Sounds fantastic.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6? Damn.
Yes.
Okay, so what you do is you lunge at him. So with 6 successes, that's 1 for the basic. And then... so you can increase your damage. Each success above the first, so you have 5 points to spend in stunts. Increased damage is 1. Knockdown or trip is 1. Pin is variable. Seize or shove are available. Establish grapple is a variable as well.
Can I pin? Can I just like super pin him if that's variable?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, if I can use 1 to knock him prone and then the rest to pin him, just to really like get him in like a
It's 2
friggin'
successes
sharpshooter.
to pin.
Yep, it will be.
How many successes do you have, Krista?
5.
5?
Because that's a 3-point close combat stunt. Can yours do this? Your maneuver is so unspeakably cool that you put your enemy to shame. Choose a single enemy that must leave the scene immediately in shame for not living up to your standard of fighting.
Oh, what's that
You could
one?
push him off the cliff. Like he's on a cliffside.
Can she full Xena leap
awesome.
and like Black Widow crotch leap, flip him over and
like throw him off the edge.
throw him off the edge?
That sounds like totally good.
Yeah.
Clearly, her actress was a stunt woman, and this is
absolutely.
her first acting role.
Yeah.
She rides horses. She does stunts.
Yeah.
And you throw him, and you see the ragdoll go off the rocks down into the base of the into the base there. And
With a
then
Wilhelm scream.
actually, hold on. I have one of those.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, there's 2 famous screams. One's the Wilhelm and the other is...
I've played it for the audience. As he tumbles down, I need to know, Krista, as you look over the edge at your former ally, do you take it or do you try to shrug it off?
Take it.
Okay. Then your entire first health level is going to be full, and I'm also going to apply the stunned condition to you as well, or the blinded condition. I'm gonna impose blinded because as he tumbles, you'll hear. I'm glad that I brought my own backup. And he's standing, a copy of him is standing behind you because he has this power. And he's going to raise his hand, and the same red lightning that cast your future versions into the pit is going to strike you, which would have dealt a ton of damage. It's going to hit you and kind of blind you as you stumble back. And as you stumble, the light kind of goes, right that. It's not really red light, but the audience kind of get. You know what?
Yeah,
Maybe it is. It's stenciled in on top of the black and white.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
You are going to get a close-up of a hand compressing the dynamite, and the reservoir is going to burst, flooding the city, and water is going to rush down into the town, burying it and creating the town of False Harbor. As you all have a death scene, I want to know, you see the water rushing at you at the front of the church. What do you do?
We're at the church.
Wow.
You are at the church, through the front doors, through the silhouette. You will hear the explosion through the front of the front of the stained glass. You'll see the water rushing at you in the moonlight. It's your death scene. What do you do?
Ooh.
Marcus clutches at the cross that he had taken, and takes off of his hat, and he says, "Face death with dignity, old chaps. I would wish it I would wish to be with none other than all of you. And he grabs whoever's hand is next to him.
Whose hand is it?
Lily May.
Is the metal
Lily-
hand?
Yeah, the metal hand.
Yeah.
Lily May is going to go. Well, if we're about to die, I guess there's really no harm in me doing this. And then she's going to go kiss
Yes.
Marcus.
Okay.
Val and May, Marcus is there.
You kiss.
Exactly. Exactly.
And,
I love it.
And Kelle.
Cora is, oh gosh, I can't even use the death will have to wait, trademark. It's gonna die! I think she'll just lament the fact that she didn't get to record this for future generations to warn anyone of the foul events at False Harbor.
You try to scratch something in the wall.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that. And as the gallons of water that are in the pool splash against the door, we are going to cut to black.
Wait. Can I get a death scene?
Do you want a
End
death scene?
credit scene. Yes.
Please.
What do you want for your
You're
death
at
scene?
the point of impact, right?
So
Yes,
you're
she
kind of
is.
blinded, but like, do you fall over the
Yeah,
edge?
because he's not gonna. I'm next to the detonator, so she's been shocked, but she's not getting blown up because Drummond's not blowing himself up. He's blowing up the
Right.
reservoir, right?
Yeah.
So she's electrocuted.
Okay, so you're
and reaching out over the flowing water, crying, and then the priest runs up.
Okay, the priest runs up. The priest runs up on the same horse.
The same horse.
We had
Yeah,
one.
because we only had one horse.
So-
The
Horse
other
with
one
no
got
name.
pregnant after we shot that first one, and we couldn't do it anymore. It was too pregnant. Or it's glue. I don't know. One of the two.
Or it's glue, one of those, yeah. Yes, and then I imagine he like runs over and like, grabs her or whatever. And in really, really bad writing, because clearly we established that they just met earlier, but then later on or before when they read rewrites, these two were actually together at some
Somehow
point.
this cut made it into the theatrical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she like reaches up all burnt and coughing and touches his face and goes, "We have a son."
No! All right, and with that, we are going to call game here. Hey audience, I hope you enjoyed that funky little number we got there. We'll be back with Act 3 in just a couple of weeks, so don't go anywhere as we see what happens in the groovy 70s. You dig? See you next time for They Came From Beyond the Grave. Showing up. Good night, everybody. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
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 Wow.